WGIS Labs.
Hello and welcome to WGIS Laboratory. Tonight, or today, we're going to listen to the WGIS Podcast, a improvised podcast based on a suggestion from somebody out there in the ether. So I'm going to have one of our special guests come on, who's playing. Let's see, who did I? Oh, yes, there you are, Ryan Casey. How are you?
Oh,
One of the
hello, Billy.
members. How are you? Everything okay?
I'm good and great.
You look lovely. Is that a new
Thank
sweater?
you. I got it just
Okay.
for today.
All right, that's enough. So Ryan, I'm going to ask you for a number between 1 and 23, and then I'm going to pull. Now, earlier today, I got suggestions on Facebook. I'm allowed to say Facebook, and I'm going to throw out that word, and that's going to inspire a podcast, improvised podcast herald, is what we're doing today. So, could you give me a number, Ryan?
Let's go 14.
I wasn't expecting 14.
I can pick another one.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Make him work for it.
I don't want to.
How about 3? Is that easier?
Actually, that does work. You know why? Because the word is malleable. Malleable.
Well, then I'll take number 3.
It's number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Malleable.
I mean, hedgehogs are incredible in terms of like their ability to build on buildings. We're actually traversing the landscape of hedgehogs in multiple countries today, and how they build. I mean, everybody knows about their bridges, but did you know that they actually can also build chairs? It's incredible.
When you're welding, it is really like important for you to really get the depth that you need to penetrate the metal that you're welding. It's really, really important.
So you go plastic man or you go elongated man. I feel like those are the two camps. You know, you throw Mr. Potato Head into the mix, and I can't with full faith and conscience go elongated man. That guy, I just feel like he wouldn't hold his own.
A lot of people don't realize like all the different things you can make out of modeling clay. I mean, it has every color in the rainbow. You can shape it into anything. So we are going to explore all of the just basic household items you can make DIY with modeling clay. It's really awesome.
He brought a table to the amateur wrestling match. Brought a table and a whole bunch of tacks, spread the tacks out on the table, threw the guy from the top ring onto the tacks, breaking the table. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, I've taken my kids.
Day 3, alone in the woods, and running out of fresh water, but I feel pretty confident that rain might be coming. I can drink my own urine. I don't want to.
BC, I'm pretty sure. And at that point,
yeah,
I'm all in
then,
on
like
on,
I mean, really, just
aluminum really is like the
shape it,
hardest
and you can
thing
make so
to weld
many
together.
Really to reach the full
Even harder to
maximum
weld like
of
copper
your
Potato Head.
Befriended
aluminum
in stretching,
hanging
you
out
want to
there.
actually take
Suplex?
chairs.
Maybe
So
even
just
like
he
a
could be
half
my
suplex
you know,
or what
stretch your
super
body
companion
out,
out
you know,
Is that a
from
thing?
one
Is that-
foot
is
He
that
get to
support his
know
own
him
IP.
better.
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
get Barry to check on
another
that.
foot
Check
on
this
the other
super
chair,
suplex
and just lie
I mean,
there
is
I am
and just like
so
wait until you're
serious.
like super flexible.
And welcome to the Malleable Podcast Network.
All right. Well, welcome to the wrestling show, best wrestling show on the internet. We're here with special guest Katya, the
Hi.
world wrestling champion of Utah.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great. It's so good to have you on. So good to have you on. Katya today is going to tell us about the time that she wrestled Hulk Hogan, and she's gonna detail it all for us right now.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Um, well, Hulk Hogan invited me to work with him in the ring, and I was at first scared for him because, I'm very strong. But I did warn him of my multiple moves, in particular that I do bring props into the arena. And he was okay with that. And this time I actually I brought honey because I like to think of myself as very sweet. And yes, so Hulk Hogan, we began the fight, face to face, but then I ripped him onto his back, and he fell, and then he was stuck, and it was incredible, and the audience went wild,
Yeah.
Laura.
It
Just
was in, yeah. It was
yes,
incredible to watch. And that's actually like most people don't know, like Hulk Hogan was actually quite hairy before this match. And he all of the hair was ripped from his body. And
yes.
that is why he's hairless to this day. It was quite incredible.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Malleable Podcast Network to talk about your adventures in wrestling.
Thank you so
Um,
much for having me. I just want to say, Laura, that we can all become somebody we might think we're not, but inside of us is that Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. And we truly believe that here on the best wrestling podcast on the internet. We really truly believe that. So thank you for coming on. After this short commercial break, we are going to have another special guest on for a special segment that I like to call Tax, 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 Tax. And we will be right back.
When you need to lay the smack down, reach for the chair that counts. Chuck Chairs, the official chairs of the World Wrestling Entertainment. These chairs ain't for sitting, these chairs are for hitting. We supply stacks and stacks of chairs for your wrestling event and not for sitting. You'll have to get a separate chair for the audience.
Hot out there in Florida? Need something to cool you down? Coral Gables? Well, you can head out to Publix. We'll give you a discount at the Malleable Network. That's the Malleable Podcast Network discount. You can get as much mayonnaise as you want and cool yourself down. That's MPN, discount code MPN, and you'll get 10% off on any mayonnaise at Publix.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Here we are, Hillary. Here we are again.
Here we are.
Is it edible? Is it fake? Is it fake or edible? The long name of our podcast. Is it edible? Is it fake? Is it fake
Is
or
it
edible?
fake? Or is it edible? Yeah, no, what you said.
See, see, I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
I got
you
on that
always
one.
do. You're like way smarter than me.
Okay, you ready? First
honey.
up, here we go.
Yes.
Here we go.
Mhm.
Apple. Okay,
Mhm.
wait.
Okay.
I think you have to guess first.
Okay.
Apple. Look at the.
okay.
See?
Mhm.
Edible,
Mhm.
fake and edible, fake not edible.
I'm gonna just go with fake but edible.
Fake but edible. Okay.
I mean, it won't kill me, right? So then it's edible.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, it might be wax or whatever, but it's non-toxic. So you wouldn't let me take a bite out of something that would actually kill me,
I never
right?
said that. I never said that.
Peter,
I never said that.
you know, after 5 years of marriage, you would think that we had a little more trust between us,
No,
dear.
yeah, but I hear you, but lots of things can kill you. Fake or edible. Edible but not
Edible,
fake but not
fake.
edible.
Right.
None of
Mhm.
that implies there is an inherent risk. Hillary, Come on.
Yeah,
Like there's
okay.
inherent risk involved in everything.
That's what makes it sexy, Peter.
Engineer Jake.
Yep. Yep.
Did we, I mean, she and I both signed the waiver, right?
That's absolutely correct. With
Okay.
the Malleable network, there has been a waiver of all liability and all risk. We are not responsible at all.
I got it. Okay, Jake. Thank you, Jake.
Okay.
Hillary,
Thank you for clearing that up.
My darling. I love our marriage, and I love our banter, and I love doing this podcast with you. Take a chomp.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, but for the listener, just holding the apple and imminently is about to take. Jake, wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, darling. Hold on, Jake. It's commercial now, or
Seriously, you guys. My love.
I think it's commercial now, right, Jake? Or no?
Yeah. We cut to commercial. What? Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Great. Well, see you after the break.
I feel like okay. After the break. Okay.
We'll have a little off-air conversation right now.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
You're listening to Fake, Edible but Fake here on Malleable Podcast Network.
What he said.
Come on down to Clayton's Clay Creations, where you can get anything made of clay. You can get furniture made of clay. You can get hats made of clay. Anything you can think of made of clay. It might not last you very long, but it will be fun. See you all down there.
Hey, it's Zane from Zane's Body Hair and Laser Removal Hair Removal. Zane's on 4th and Main. That's right. Come on down. You got unsightly, matted, thick, heavy, weighty body hair that you do not want. Come on down to Zane's. Yeah, we got super industrial lasers that'll just zap those suckers right off. Zane's 4th and Main. Body hair removal.
Get your MPN discount at Publix. For everyone hot out there in Coral Gables, Florida, you're listening to the MPN network. That's the Malleable Podcast Network. Get your MPN discount, 10% off on anything that's going to keep you cool. Oops. Welcome to the Cloud as the Enemy podcast, because we know who's watching us at every minute, and we believe we can take them down. Here today, we have a tech expert on the cloud, everything in the cloud, and how to protect yourself from the cloud. With us today is Ryan Casey calling in from Washington State. It's a big time difference for him. So I wanna really just thank you, Ryan, for your time, for getting up a bit early.
No problem.
I want you to tell us Floridians here in Coral Gables, Florida, how to keep ourselves safe.
Sure. Like I said, I was saying off the air,
Yeah.
I've been working with cloud technology for many years now, and really it is just sort of a information storage system.
Yep.
There's no reason to be afraid. It can't hurt you. I mean, it's just a way to store information not on your actual devices. It's stored elsewhere on the cloud.
Okay. Well, Ryan,
It's not watching
know...
you, or it's not malicious. It's not a entity of any kind.
Really?
Katya, there's a little bit of a time delay, right? There's a little bit of a time delay. This is Engineer Sam, and a little bit of a time delay for Ryan. A little bit of a time delay.
Ryan,
are you going to answer, or?
Yeah. Okay. Ryan, maybe you can speak a little faster, maybe to close the gap.
Sure. Like I was saying, there's nothing to fear from the cloud. It's just technology. It can't really hurt you. It's not malicious. It's just a way to store information.
Okay, I want to just push back on that a little bit, Ryan, because
Sure.
here in Coral Gables, Florida, we actually really do think the cloud is watching us and it is the enemy. I all the time I'm getting messages. I get messages on my computer that say like, buy these Cheetos. And I'm like, how did the cloud know I like Cheetos? Ryan? And I think that it is watching us, really. I go to Costco, videos everywhere. What is that?
I mean, targeted ads, they're based on things you already buy and certain demographics.
They know, so it knows.
I mean, they're not watching or listening, but they might know, you might get ads
what, Ryan,
targeted for.
We're getting a little bit. I think we're gonna have to cut to a commercial because this is not, it's not
Sorry if
what
this
we
isn't
discussed.
what you wanted to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah.
I think Ryan's
All
a little
right, thank you.
behind now.
We're cutting to a commercial. That is
Trying to be
3,
truthful.
2. That's great,
You're
Ryan.
being paranoid.
Thanks. Okay.
Many of our listeners may not realize that this summer, 2024, the Malleable Podcast Network is turning 5. In honor of our 5th birthday, we are going to just double down on the number 5. We've got 5 new shows, 5 days in a row. I mean, that's 25 new shows, and we can't wait for you to see our lineup. We strongly encourage you to go to www.mpn/party and join us because it's fiesta time. Woo woo, MPN.
Here on the Malleable Network podcast, we encourage podcasts that don't know what they are yet to start. We've got plenty of slots on our slate. And if you've got a podcast idea, but you're not sure that that's what's going to be the podcast for forever, then come on down here. We're flexible. You could start a podcast about, I don't know, baking maybe. Maybe you want to start talking about baking, but then you get bored of baking. And maybe by like episode 3 or 4, you think, I don't know, maybe this is like a survivalist podcast and you want to teach people how to survive on minimal things in the woods or in the jungle. Then maybe like 2 podcasts later, you don't know, it's maybe about dentists, like reviewing dentists. You're trying to find the best dentist in Coral Gables, Florida. And yeah, that's what this Malleable Podcast Network is all about, is podcasts that don't know what they are. And we support your evolution here on the Malleable Network podcast.
This is your local sponsor from Coral Gables, Florida, supporting the MPN Network, Malleable Podcast Network. We just want to bring our support to the MPN Network and thank you for bringing the world to us out here in CG, Florida. And just to let all of our listeners know of our local events coming up, we've got bingo on Friday night. We've got open ping pong matches on Saturday morning. Saturday evening is the raucous pool table playoffs. And Sunday we have our upcoming sing-along and mayonnaise-based picnic at the community center. So thank you to the MPN Network. We're your local sponsor.
This is Marty Party here with a Jewelry Hour, a new podcast coming to the Malleable Podcast Network. It's about jewelry, making jewelry out of soft metals, necklaces, bracelets, that kind of thing. But if we run out of stuff to talk about, I might talk about something else like tumbling rocks. I'm not sure.
Welcome back to the greatest wrestling podcast on the internet with the Malleable Podcast Network. We have a new guest here, Hopper. He is the former wrestling champion of the world from sunny California. And this is our segment, Tax, where a wrestler gives you tax advice while sitting on tax. It's a great segment. It's a fan favorite. So we have Hopper here. He is sitting on 3 thumbtacks, and he is going to give you some great tax advice.
That's right, Laura. Yeah. Well, I would start with medical bills. Yeah, let's talk medical bills. Medical bills are deductible. So any sort of prescription drugs or doctor's visits, physiotherapy, just save those receipts because those are tax deductible.
Great. Okay. For the next one, we're gonna add a thumbtack. So I know you're
Just
struggling
one?
with just 3, but
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna add another one. All right. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So what about if I buy a house in the Cayman Islands? Like, is that tax deductible?
To be honest with you, Laura, I have basic knowledge of tax. I'm a former pro wrestler.
Well, yeah, you were thrown in jail for tax evasion. I thought you'd be really good at this.
Yeah, that was for not paying my taxes. That's what tax evasion is. So I actually, I rely. So my advice would be to do your taxes.
And that's great advice, folks. All right. Well, we're going to have another commercial break. Hopper, you can get off those tacks, and we'll see you all back here soon.
I think they're fully immersed in my butt.
From the makers of Chuck's Chairs comes Terry's Tables. Are you mid-match and you need a soft but dramatic landing? These tables are perfect for falling through and not for putting stuff on or sitting at or eating. It's purely for a wrestling prop, so please don't use our tables for anything other than jumping right through. There's Terry's Tables available online.
Hot out there in CGFL? Need something to cool you down? Get a discount at Publix. It's MPN discount code 10% off. You could go buy yourself some Cheetos at Publix and cool yourself down.
Welcome back. Fake, edible, or fake Hillary. So during the commercial break, Hillary did eat the apple. It turns out, I mean, it was real. Jake, did you say, Jake, did you say you got it? Like that was, you took that from a museum? Is that what I heard correctly?
Not a museum, no, not specifically. It was Disney World. It was the
I see. Okay. We won't dwell on it. All right. Hillary, next segment. Are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Favorite things you wish were edible. Favorite things you wish were edible from popular culture. Okay, for me, I gotta go E.T., the extraterrestrial. You
want to eat E.T.?
No, I'm saying if he were, we always go through this. So if I'm saying,
okay,
remember, it's like his texture.
You're being a little condescending, like, Peter. No.
I apologize.
Bro.
I apologize.
Jake, it's Jake here.
Hi. Yeah, we're doing a segment, Jake. Yeah.
I just wanted to make a quick announcement and say that the Malleable Network podcast is not responsible for what the hosts of the podcast say, and the Malleable Network does not support eating ET or.
No, I'm not saying. Okay.
Can we just move on? Should we just
let's move on.
Yeah.
By the way,
sweetie,
are you feeling okay?
The apple went through a little rough, but yeah,
right.
I'm okay.
Okay.
It was poisoned.
Oh, what's that?
Well,
I don't know if that's a spoiler, but it was a poison.
How long do I have? Because I really want to get my thing in that I wish was edible, because I never get to get my thing in.
Keep going. I think it was fine.
Okay. I feel okay for now.
Here we go.
Okay. Wine bottles. Duh.
You want to eat wine bottles?
Yes, in fact, I do. I want to drink the wine and then eat the bottle. It saves waste. We have a lot of wine bottles in our recycling. They're taking up a lot of room.
So wait, you want
Jake, This is Jake again.
Hi, Jake.
Jake,
Yeah,
we're doing
hi.
a segment.
I just wanted to quickly add, the Malleable Network podcast does not condone or support eating wine bottles or anything else made out of
It's
glass.
a hypothetical, Jake.
See,
It wouldn't be made out of glass. It would be
look,
like
this is what the
sponge cake.
marriage therapist was telling us about. Like, look, we're connecting because I was saying the same thing.
And having a common enemy like Jake has been very helpful to our marriage.
I gotta
would you
say, folks at home can't see this,
Jake.
but Hillary, your color is like paling and pale, or maybe we can push through.
I don't feel great, honestly. I don't feel great.
Okay. So for me, I'm gonna keep going. So
Just
for
keep
me,
going.
if it were me, I would
This is Jake here.
Statue of Liberty.
Jake, Jesus.
Yes. What?
Yes, Jake.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to point out that Hillary, your nose is bleeding profusely.
Okay, we're Jake. Let's go to commercial. But before we do, I did say Statue of Liberty because that torch. It looks like, I feel like a nice little glaze on it. You know, it would be like,
I'm bleeding.
I just want to chomp into that.
You're
Okay,
listening to the
commercial.
MPN network. That's the Malleable Podcast Network. You feeling hot out there? You feeling uncomfortable? Get a discount code MPN, 10% off at your local Publix. Get yourself something that will make you feel comfortable, like, a kombucha.
New from the makers of Chuck's chairs and Terry's tables. It's Pete's pies. These pies are for throwing, not eating. It's full of weighted cream, industrial cream. It is not edible. Please do not eat our pies. Please throw them at parties or a wrestling match. I don't know where you throw pies these days, but if you need pies thrown, these are ones that are made just for throwing and not for eating. Pete's Pie is available online.
Welcome back to Cloud as the Enemy. Today, like we were before, it's still today. It's still today, folks. But we got another guest. Here, even better than the last one. We got a pilot from Jet Air, Florida here to tell us about what does it mean for the cloud to be the enemy and that it's watching us. Here with us, Hopper. Just goes by the Hop, from Jet Air, Florida. He's a pilot. Hop.
That's Pilot Hop.
Pilot Hop.
Pilot Hop.
Want you to tell us, CGFL citizens, really how scared should we be of the cloud? I mean, do you feel like when you're flying around that the radar are basically picking up? Are they, it's got sensors on you? Do you feel radio waves going through your brain? Like what should we be aware of?
Should be extremely afraid. Extremely afraid. Why do you think that when we're about to take off, the captain's request that all electronics be switched to airplane mode?
Hello.
Katya, this is Engineer Sam. It's audio's very strange. I can't explain. It's just the audio is really strange.
It's the cloud. It's the cloud.
So,
That's what's
keep
happening
going,
here.
I think his audio is just, it's going to be we'll salvage it in post.
All right, Pilot Hop, we gotta, because so basically somebody's listening to us, I think.
I'd just like to add, there's also a lot of radio waves.
Oh my God.
And,
beep. Listen to that. Listen, get your. I want you to get your message out, Pilot Hop, before we implode.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? What is it?
Maybe a secret code.
Beep.
What's the secret code?
Beep.
Yeah, try.
It's Morse code.
Try code.
Yeah, but what is it? Is it AAB? What?
Beep. Beep. Beep.
What are they saying?
Beep. Beep. Beep.
My God, we're gonna.
I believe that's SOS. I believe they're sending out.
Oh my God, it's
Save our
SOS.
souls.
Fine. All right, cutting to commercial. All right. Sorry, folks. SOS. You heard it here. SOS.
Hello, this is Elizabeth Randalls, attorney for the Malleable Podcast Network. For legal purposes, we do need to release a statement saying that anything that was heard, any advice that you may or may not have been given on any of the podcasts on our network, they should not be taken seriously. Please consult a professional. Again, Elizabeth Randalls with the Malleable Podcast Network. Please don't listen to any of the advice that you hear on any of our podcasts.
New from the makers of Terry's Tables and Pete's Pies and the other one, it's Clark's Clouds. These clouds are for storing information. They do not rain. You can't see them. They're not in the sky. They're not actual clouds. It's clouds of information. They are not malicious. They're not out to get you. They're just there to store information. It's Clark's Clouds. They are available online because they are online. It's a cloud.
To your local community public rec in CGFL. And we just want to tell you we're your local sponsor of the MPN network, and just some of our upcoming events at our local parks. On Monday, we have a pickleball tournament between the ages of 69 and 79, not a day before, not a day after. On Tuesdays, we have a reading of Miss Mary Carried the Clouds. On Wednesday, we'll be taking a break just to give it a rest because it's a lot. We've got a lot going on. On Thursday, we have our local watermelon drinking contest, and hopefully there's a undefeated watermelon drinker in CGFL, and I think that's it. Thank you. We support MPN.
Hello, I'm Miss Mary, and I hope you'll join me for a reading of Your Management Sucks. And this is in no way directed to the Malleable Podcast Network, or is it? And don't you think those lawyers should speak quickly like a fast talker? Do they need to go to fast talking school? Well, this has been Miss Mary, and I'll see you at the library this weekend for a special reading of Your Management Sucks.
Dust off your adventures caps and your wizard staffs get ready for a new podcast on the Malleable Network. It's Dungeon Crawlers, the actual role-playing game, tabletop game where we play Dungeons and Dragons and when we record it live. But then if I sort of get tired of that, we might start reviewing snacks because I have a lot of snacks too, and I'm not sure how long actually the game will last. So that's sort of my backup plan. But check us out. It's the Dungeon Crawlers on the Malleable Podcast Network.
Welcome back to the best wrestling podcast on the internet, on the Malleable Podcast Network. Last for you today, we have a brand new segment. It is with wrestlers who dress up like Disney princesses and spoil Disney movies for you. Here we have Ryan Casey as the first ever guest on our new segment.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I hear that you are a Disney aficionado. Here you're dressed up like Moana, Princess of the Sea. And so, not to be confused with Ariel, but yeah, what do you have to say about Moana?
I love it. I'm a big Disney adult. I love Disney and everything. I'm a wrestler, and I was like, how can I get these two passions of mine, sort of in the same ring? Uh, not to make a pun. Well, I did. I made a ring. So this is great for me.
Perfect. Well,
And
I'm
I
so
love
glad.
Moana.
Miss Powell, we have a situation. We're gonna have to cut to commercial because the Ariel is in the lobby and she is pissed and she is coming for Moana. So
Oh my God, no, she's my favorite. She's my second favorite.
Yeah,
princess.
well, she's pissed.
Why?
You gotta go, Ryan. You gotta go. Let's.
This is Stafford and Stafford, attorney at law. Have you been injured by a chair from Chuck's Chairs? Have you been injured by a table from Terry's Table? Or have you been injured by a pie from Pete's Pie? Maybe you've eaten glass. Maybe you've eaten fire. Maybe you've eaten aliens. Who knows? But you might be entitled to compensation. We're looking for people to file a class action lawsuit here at Stafford and Stafford, attorney at laws.
Get your MPN network discount code if you want to go to Publix and just, pig out, get some brownies, get some chicken wings, get some mayonnaise. That's MPN, 10% off.
All right. Welcome back. It's the fake or edible, and fake.
Hey,
Sorry, there's nothing I could do. She's gone.
Yeah, Jake,
I did everything.
Oof. This is
We had
Okay.
an
Fast
EMT.
acting poison.
no. Sure, her system's hardy. Look, I can see her breathing. You guys are.
She's quite dead. I truly.
Stafford, call
Dear
the lawyer.
Lord.
I ate something bad.
Oh,
Call Stafford.
Wait.
and Stafford.
Third segment is we got.
I knew it. It's basically the cloud was. Look, I know somebody's watching this network, and they basically got Hill. I'm pretty sure. They were
We
listening
didn't even
in.
get to sing our song to close it.
I'm
Yeah,
coming for you.
They probably
It's
poisoned
me.
something.
The cloud.
Is it
you go.
edible?
I'm here.
Is it
I knew it.
fake?
That's it. I tried to prevent us
I'm
from
here.
this
I'm not here to
demise.
hurt
Yeah,
you.
I mean, we just.
I'm the cloud.
I've been talking about this the whole time.
Ariel
The
did beat
cloud's
up
after
Moana.
us, and
it was quite a sight to
CGFL is
watch.
going down.
I'm here to help.
Good
I'm
news
here
is
to
that
destroy your
our
information.
vocal
I tried to bring everybody who I could from
Now
Washington
we're
State.
Here to sell you
Right.
Cheetos.
They didn't help
I'm
us.
gonna
You
put
people
I did.
need to listen to
Safe.
us. All
Stafford
right.
and Stafford, attorney
I'm
at
just
law.
a way to
Centers
store
going down.
information.
Publix is going down.
I got hit in the head with
Life
a chair
watching you.
after I ate
is
2
You're
wine
perfectly
bottles,
safe.
We're
and I
doomed.
nearly died.
You're listening to the MPN network. That's the
Oh,
Malleable
that was
Podcast
awesome.
Network.
I got it, Katya.
Ah.
That was awesome, everybody. Everybody, introduce yourselves, and well, I guess everybody knows everybody's name. But we've got Hopper, Peter, Laura, Hill, Ryan, and Katya all doing the Improvised podcast. We have 2 more shows coming, if not more, out in the general cloud, if you will. So pay attention and find out as we move forward. Everybody wave goodbye.
Clark's Clouds.
MPN network. Go to Publix.
This podcast was directed and produced as part of World's Greatest Improv School's Labs program, also known as WGIS Labs. For more information about our improv school and programs, see WGImprovschool.com.